Hey, what's up guys? It's Abby, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to recreate a couple of my past Halloween costumes because while I was looking through my closet to get ready for this Halloween, I realized that I still had a lot of my costumes from the past couple years that I wore when I was in college. So I thought it would be a really fun idea to put the costumes on because some of them are from a time before I really started doing YouTube videos, so I thought it would be fun to put them on for the video and show you guys them, maybe give you inspiration for this Halloween, or in general just to share my old costumes with you. So to keep this video relatively short, let me jump right into it. This first costume is BMO from Adventure Time. I wore this when I was, I believe, a sophomore in college. This costume was sort of like a mini group costume because while I was BMO, one of my really good friends was LSP. This costume was honestly relatively simple and easy, but still I thought came out really cute looking. So the main piece of this costume is this BMO dress, which I found on eBay, I believe. Then on top, I wore this wig, which I thought went really well with the dress because it was the BMO kind of color. And this wig is an old Coty by Amore that was originally in the color creamy blonde, but I dyed it using the FW ink dyeing method, which you can use to dye synthetic wigs, so I thought it was the perfect color to match with the BMO dress. When I was BMO the first time around, I actually wore it with a pair of blue tights as well, but unfortunately I no longer have those, so I couldn't wear them for the costume today. I did, however, wear this choker that was also BMO colored, because when I was BMO the first time around, I wore a black choker and a black headband, which didn't really make as much sense, so I skipped the headband this year and switched the black choker to a blue choker instead. This costume is a memorable one for me because it was the first year that I actually changed my wig for Halloween. So it was before a time I was completely comfortable changing wigs on a daily basis in general, but at least on Halloween it was an easier excuse because if anyone asked why my hair changed, it was because it's Halloween, obviously. I'm wearing a wig because it's Halloween, not because I have alopecia or anything. So it was kind of like a way to test the waters with changing wigs without actually having to commit and open up to people just yet. The next costume I'll show you guys is this Alice in Wonderland costume that I wore my junior year of college. And this one I wore in a little group as well with my friend who was the Cheshire Cat and my other friend who was the Mad Hatter, so we were a little cute group of three. So this Alice dress I bought on eBay, so originally it was probably like from a costume store and probably cost around 30 bucks I would gander, but on eBay I think I got it for about 14 or less. Underneath the dress I wore a little tutu just to make the skirt a little bit poofier. Around the waist I tied a black ribbon just because I thought that it helped give a nice accent to the look. When I wore the costume the first time around, I actually wore a different wig with it, but I have since dyed that wig to be Harley Quinn, so I couldn't exactly wear the exact same wig for this look anymore. So instead, in this video, I'm wearing my Shiloh by Noriko in Creamy Blonde, which I think also works really well. Except this wig is pretty old now, so it's not really in the best shape as it used to be. On top, I have this big black bow in my hair, of course for the Alice bow. Then I have these knee socks with little bows on them that are also very Alice in Wonderland-esque. And I also wore this little bottle necklace around my neck that I thought was really reminiscent of the little drink me potion that she has in the beginning of the movie. This necklace is also really cool because you can actually open it up and put stuff inside of it if you wanted to. I'm not sure what you would put inside of it because it can't really hold very much liquid, but I thought that was still really cute that you could actually open it up. So what do we think, guys? My next costume should be Harley Quinn in Wonderland? I think that could work pretty well. The next costume I'll show you guys is this witch costume that I actually wore last year, and I kind of have a sort of video on it from last year, but it was really badly filmed just on my iPhone, so I thought it would be fun to recreate this video for you guys and actually do it on my good camera. So for this costume, I was a witch, and I wore this long purple wig, which I put in braids. It's a very crappy costume wig, but in braids, the hair was at least a little bit more manageable, and I thought the color was really great. On top, I wore this navy blue lacy crop top, and then for the skirts, I re-wore the same tutus that I wore for the fairy costume for the Renaissance Fair, but I actually wore them in reverse order, so I have the purple one on top and the black one underneath. These long socks were what inspired the whole costume in the first place. I found these long witchy knee socks at the Halloween store, and then based the rest of the costume off of these. Around my neck, I have this little choker, which I think is awesome. It's just like a clear choker with a little crystal ball on the end of it. These earrings weren't ones that I wore for Halloween last year, but I thought they looked good, so I put them on this year for the costume. Then I also have this spider ring, And for my witch's hat, last year I had a much cooler, bigger witch's hat that I wore for Halloween, but unfortunately at the end of the night I guess I lost it somehow, so instead to recreate this costume I'm just wearing this little witch headband hat that I just had in my house that I thought would be a good placeholder for the bigger hat that I no longer have, unfortunately. And then I also didn't have this last year, but this year I have this really cool sparkly wand thing that I thought was kind of like fairy, witchy, I guess in this case witchy, hopefully. But I thought it was just, I like having props for Halloween, if you can't tell, and I also love anything that's sparkly, so this was just really, really fun to carry around, and I'm hoping I can incorporate it into a costume this year. And the last costume I'll show you guys today is one that you're probably sick of seeing, because I've already made a couple videos on her, but here's my Harley Quinn costume. The Harley Quinn costume I put a lot of effort into, so I was really, really proud of this one. Like I said before, this is the same wig that I had originally worn for Alice in Wonderland the previous year, but this year I dyed it to Harley Quinn colors using the FW ink method. If you would like to see a video of me doing this, you can click the link on the screen. Then the shirt and the shorts I bought originally on Windsor. They have like a Harley Quinn set on there. And then for the makeup, I of course have her classic pink and blue kind of leaking, crying looking eyeshadow, as well as the heart on her cheek, as well as the word rotten written across her face. And then I of course have the fishnets. Just to recreate the costume, I didn't draw on all the little tattoos that she has, but last year I had used pen to kind of draw them on my leg a little bit. And you can also buy temporary tattoos of those. And for the shoes, last year I think I just wore my regular combat boots, but this year I had these really cool shoes from Rose Gal as well. These shoes I thought were really cute, and I thought they were a little bit more reminiscent of the original Harley Quinn shoes from the movie. I know they're not exact by any means, but they are a little bit closer than my black combat boots. And that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my Halloween costumes for the last couple years while I was in college. Maybe in the future I'll do a recreating Halloween costumes from my childhood costumes, because I think that would be a lot more fun and interesting, but I thought this was still a really, really fun video to do for you guys. Let me know in the comments which of these 4 costumes was your favorite, if you got any inspiration for them as well. What are you guys being for Halloween? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome Halloween, and I will see you in my next video.